Well, it's that time now to reveal which. There will be three running back spots, two fullback spots, but we'll do fullbacks in the next video. So it's that time to reveal which running backs will make my NFL 100 all-time team. And without further ado, I will announce the starting running back for the all-time team, and that is Marshawn Lynch, running back from Buffalo, Seattle, Oakland. Everybody knows Beast Mode. The dude's got a brand, and he was one of the better running backs of the 2000s. And really, in his prime, there wasn't really anything he couldn't do. He could run by you, run through you, run around you, stiff arm you, jump over the line, run through three guys. I mean, it's just crazy the things that he could do while he was in his prime. He really elevated that Seattle team and got them over the hump. In my opinion, one of the better power backs. But I struggle to even call him a power back because he's a balanced back. In his prime, he was actually pretty fast. He could catch the ball if you needed him to catch the ball. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler, a 1-time All-Pro, one-time Super Bowl champion. Should be 2, but I guess some people just don't like to use beast mode when you're on the half-yard line with the game on the line. So overall, though, to me, it's just the overall balance that he played with, to me, very, very likable, and really in his prime, again, one of the better running backs of all time, in my opinion. And who doesn't like beast mode? So that's my starter. Takes us to the number 2. I went for more of an elusive back here, so I went with, to me, one of the best running backs to ever do it, and that was Barry Sanders. And to me, he's probably the best running back of the 90s, at least up in that consideration. He led the league 4 times in rushing yards. He led the Lions to their first playoff win, in which at that time was 33 seasons. So very impressive resume for Barry. He's a 4-time, fourth all-time, in the rushing yards list. He's top 10 in the rushing touchdowns list. Hall of Fame inductee of 2004. He was a 1-time MVP, 10-time Pro Bowler in 10 seasons, 6-time All-Pro, 2-time Bird Bell Award winner, 3-time AP Offensive Player of the Year, and I already mentioned how he led the league 4 times in rushing yards. So, to me, one of the best elusive running backs of all times. I mean, this guy could juke you again, and then juke you again. And he juked out a player, I believe it was 3 times. He's crazy. The piles he could get away from, just the things he could get out of and then open up and just keep the play alive. And to have the average yards per attempt he did in the 80s, 90s, it's unbelievable how he did it. And it's too bad he only played for 10 seasons. So that was my running back, my second running back. And for the third and final running back, I wanted to get a sure bet a good receiving back. And so to me, I had to go with the first guy to ever do 1,000, and that was Roger Craig. Like I said, he was the first ever 1,000 rushing, 1,000 receiving back. And he got over 2,000 all-purpose yards twice. He is definitely one of the best dual-threat backs ever, and he is a 4-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All-Pro, Offensive Player of the Year in 1988, and 3-time Super Bowl champ with the 49ers. And so, to me, I had to put him on the team because of his pass-catching abilities, and even his running abilities were amazing. The way he ran the ball with those high knees, allowing him to just really move and just really pick up the acceleration pretty quickly. Just a great back for the 49ers, and those Super Bowls may not have been won without him. So coming up next will be the fullback reveal video, and we'll discuss which fullbacks made my all-time team. So those are the running backs. Again, if you had any comments or disagreeing, running backs you thought should be in, running backs you thought shouldn't be on this team, or just any comments at all, feel free to leave them. I'd love to respond to them and talk about why I made the choices I made. And again, just a reminder that I stated 2 times last week, this isn't necessarily me saying which running backs are the best ever. It's just me with, again, I talked about how I wanted different backs. I wanted to keep a balanced backfield. There's so many factors going into this, whether it be personal or whatnot. There's so many factors determining, this isn't me saying which one's the greatest. That's not what it is. So I'm just thinking about if I had a team, trying to keep it nice and balanced. And those are the 3 running backs that I came up with. That is not my top 1, 2, 3 running backs right there. So there is different purposes. I don't want 3 elusive backs. I don't want 3 power backs. So that's just how I thought of doing this team. So again, nothing against the other running backs, and those are the 3 I came up with. So stay tuned for the fullback reveal video. That's coming up right after this.